Friends, welcome back to Digitalk. So in this short session, I am going to cover one of the other critical component of AWS networking, which is called the NAT, Network Address Translation. So this is again a very important part of your AWS networking, specifically related with the communication. Okay. So what we covered in the first session, we covered the basic of a VPC. What is VPC? Virtual Private Cloud. It is a separate, isolated environment for each and every client in the cloud data center, just like your own private data center. Okay. So to make a complete isolation on between the different customers on the cloud data center. Right. Now, apart from that, we have learned that we have an internet gateway. So that means if you have your own VPC in the AWS and you need any of the traffic in and out from the internet, then you need the internet gateway. So let me quickly draw that one and then I will explain you the NAT as well. Okay. So this is suppose that you have this is your VPC. Okay. This is your VPC in the AWS cloud. Okay. So when we create our AWS account, after that, the very first thing what we create the VPC virtual private cloud. Okay. To isolate our resources from the other customers in the cloud data center. Right. So now we have a multiple resources inside our VPC. We may have a virtual machines, our multiple applications, database, multiple services are running there, right? And now suppose that okay, you may have a web application where client need to access your web application. Okay, along with that you may have a APIs and some other applications. Okay, so that means if any of the traffic which is supposed to be come in and out from your VPC, you need an internet gateway. So that means you need to configure the internet gateway. Okay, so any traffic from the internet or we can say from the public network come to your VPC with the help of internet gateway. So you need to configure the internet gateway. This is the very first thing for to allow the traffic in and out from the public network. Right. Now, second thing, this is a bidirectional. That means the traffic can come from the internet via internet gateway or traffic can go out as well from the internet gateway. That means it is in and out, both direction, bidirections. Right. Now, apart from that, we have one more gateway. As I said, we have a NAT gateway, network address translation. So, what is the purpose of this NAT gateway? Okay, the purpose of NAT gateway is to allow only one direction traffic, which is inside to outside. There is no from outside to inside. That means any of the resources that need to contact your resources, which is there outside on the internet. Okay, so for that, for one single direction translation or single direction communications, okay, we configure the NAT. Okay, now, so we have a two kind of a traffic coming here. You may get confused that this is the internet gateway which is allowing in and out, and we are saying that this NAT gateway allow only the outbound traffic, right? So if internet gateway is allowing the outbound traffic, then what is the purpose of NAT? So inside our VPC, okay, we have two multiple terms, but one of the important terms is subnet. Okay, so we have a different kind of a subnets, and our application and resources are run inside the subnet. Okay, so we have a two kind of a subnet, public subnet and private subnet. So this concept we are going to cover in detail in the next session. Okay, so net what we are going to cover here, you can understand that if any of your private resources, okay, need to contact internet for any kind of a work. Okay, so there are a lot of things, many situations where we need to update some softwares in our systems. Maybe we have some JDKs which need to be upgraded, auto upgrade. Okay, maybe your some of the application need to contact some APIs outside your VPC, which is accessible from the internet. You may need to contact some of the other resources, like maybe you have some S3 storage or some other storage. Okay, where your application need to contact from the inside. Okay, so for that we define NAT gateway. So NAT gateway connect with the internet gateway. Okay, so internet gateway is the only single point of contact to allow any kind of a traffic to the outside. Okay, so that's why when we configure the NAT gateway, okay, so this NAT gateway need to attach to your internet gateway, and then from internet gateway traffic goes to outside. So this is only one direction, single direction, like this one, from inside to outside. There is no inward traffic. It is not allowed in the NAT gateway because this NAT gateway is specifically configured for the private applications. Okay, and this kind of a traffic where the in and out is allowed, this is for the public applications. Okay, for example, you have a website, or you can say the web application. So if you have a web application which need to be accessed from the internet and response need to be sent, for that we configure the internet gateway. And if your private applications where the business logic is defined need to contact the outer world, okay, only in the single direction, so we define the NAT gateway, and this NAT gateway need to contact or attach with the internet gateway, and then traffic can go outside. Okay, so now if you have any kind of a doubt when I'm talking about the public applications and the private applications, so this we are going to cover in detail in the next session, where we will cover the public subnet and private subnet, and before that we will cover the subnet. So once you have a clarity on the subnet, private subnet and public subnet, then you can able to understand this figure properly, right? So this is the work of your NAT gateway. Thank you.